Wake up, lock in, move forward. This is Men's Morning Motivation. Let's get to it.
And welcome back, guys. This is Men's Morning Motivation. This is episode 27 Comfort is a Cage. And welcome back, guys. If you're here, you're already different. Most men choose to stay asleep. Most men choose easy. And most men mistake comfort for happiness. But not you. Not if you're still pressing play. Today's truth is simple and sharp. Comfort is a cage. A cage with no locks, no bars, and no visible boundaries. This is a cage that you'll defend, protect, and even invite others into. But this is a cage that feels like freedom until you try to leave it. Comfort feels safe because it's familiar. Comfort feels good because it's effortless. Comfort feels right because your biology craves energy conservation. But comfort is also where dreams start to atrophy, where your character decays, and where your legacies die. And most dangerously, comfort disguises itself as success. You get a little money in the bank, you build a decent reputation, and you hit your old goals. And then what? You stop sharpening, you start climbing, and you stop questioning. And that cage door closes. Softly, quietly, almost lovingly. The most dangerous prison isn't built by your enemies, it's built by your achievements, by the standards you used to stretch for that now simply feel like enough. Your body is engineered for comfort. This isn't weakness, it's survival. For most of human history, comfort meant safety. Energy conservation meant staying alive. But we don't live in that world anymore. In our world, comfort is abundant, available, automated. In our world, the threat isn't starvation, it's stagnation. Our biology hasn't caught up with this reality yet. Our instincts still celebrate the path of least resistance. That's why comfort feels so right and growth feels so wrong. That's why Netflix feels better than reading, why takeout feels better than cooking, and why scrolling feels better than creating. Well, what feels good in the moment destroys what matters in the long run. When you're uncomfortable, you're aware. When you're comfortable, you're asleep. Comfort numbs you. Comfort tells you, this is good enough. Don't rock the boat. Don't chase more. You're getting greedy. Comfort shames ambition. Comfort sterilizes strength. And if you stay there long enough, you'll start defending your cage. You'll call it balance. You'll call it maturity. You'll probably even start to call it wisdom. But deep down, you'll know it's fear. Not fear of failure, that's too obvious. It's fear of potential, fear of responsibility, fear of becoming someone who can't hide behind those excuses anymore. When you break through comfort, you lose the luxury of not knowing what you're capable of. And that knowledge comes with a cost. You can't unsee your own potential. Systems are not built for comfort, they're built for consistency. The life that you guys are designing, quarter turn by quarter turn, is not a playground, it's a proving ground. You don't engineer comfort, you engineer capacity. And the more capacity you build, the less attractive comfort feels. Because real peace isn't found in ease, it's found in earned confidence. The quiet peace, knowing that you can handle life at full velocity, and the fact that you don't need a padded cell of predictability to survive. This is why we built systems in episode 26. Not to make life easier, but to make you stronger. To create structures that hold while feelings fail. To build these frameworks that function extremely well under pressure. Comfort seeks the path of least resistance. Systems create the path of most resilience. Now, don't mistake comfort for peace. Comfort is external, situational, and dependent on conditions. Peace is internal, structural, and independent of circumstance. Comfort disappears when challenged. Peace deepens when tested. Comfort requires control. Peace transcends chaos. The man who needs specific conditions to function is imprisoned by these conditions. The man who has built internal systems functions anywhere, anytime, and under any conditions. That is freedom. That is power. And that is peace. When I started realigning my systems, I thought the discomfort meant that I was doing something wrong. Waking up early felt unnatural. Tracking my money felt tedious. And setting standards in relationships felt confrontational. It wasn't wrong. It was just different. It was growth. It was the walls of the cage bending, cracking, and giving way. This morning, actually, I woke up 5 o'clock in the morning. It was still cold. It was still dark outside, and every single part of me wanted to stay in bed. My mind generated the most perfect excuses. You really need rest, but you worked hard yesterday. This is comfort speaking, the cage rattling, trying to get my attention. But I got up anyways, not because I felt motivated, not because I felt good, because I am still very much allergic to the outside, but because the system told me to move. This morning became a reference point, a moment that I return to whenever comfort starts to call. Because what I found out on the other side wasn't just a completed workout or an early start. This was evidence. This was proof that I could trust my systems over my feelings. Look around, guys. We live in a world perfectly optimized for comfort. One click purchase, on demand everything, personalized recommendations, frictionless experiences. These are not innovations, as we so like to call them. They're sedatives. They're training your mind to expect immediacy, to demand convenience, and to reject resistance in any form. And with each convenience, your tolerance for discomfort erodes, your capacity for delayed gratification diminishes, and your ability to push through resistance deteriorates. This isn't just personal, this is cultural, it's generational. This is the slow domestication of men who used to be capable of hardship, sacrifice, and strategic suffering. The antidote is not aestheticism, or simply put, self denial of these worldly pleasures that we've all grown so accustomed to. This is not about rejecting all comfort. This is strategic discomfort, intentional challenge, and purposeful resistance. This week, I want you to identify just one area where comfort has quietly become a cage. Maybe it's your job. Maybe it's your body. Maybe it's your relationship. Maybe it's even your internal dialogue. Where have you started defending smallness? And where have you settled for good enough when you know you're well capable of so much more? Find it, name it, and take one quarter turn action that breaks the pattern. Ask the uncomfortable question. Make the uncomfortable move. Set that uncomfortable boundary. Because the longer you stay in comfort, the weaker your will becomes. And the weaker your will becomes, the harder it is to even see the cage that's in front of you, let alone break it. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for certainty. And don't wait for permission. The cage does not open from the outside. Let me give you a couple of concrete examples of what breaking the comfort cage looks like. In your body, add one set of failure after your regular workout. Just one. Feel what it's like to push past the point to where your mind wants to stop. What about at work? Speak up in that meeting where you usually stay silent. Pitch that idea that you've been sitting on and ask for the resources you need to succeed instead of making do with what you're given. In your relationships, have that conversation that you've been avoiding. State your needs clearly and set that boundary that you've been dancing around. In your own mind, guys, question your own excuses, challenge your own limitations, and write down the thoughts that you don't want to admit that you're even having. Small moves, quarter turns, but each one bends the bars of the cage just a little more. Comfort is a cage, and freedom isn't found in feeling good. It's found in becoming good, good enough to live at the edge of your own potential. You weren't built for safety. You were built for significance. Comfort is not going to get you there. Clarity will. Courage will. And capacity will. One quarter turn at a time. Keep moving. Keep pushing. Keep rising. The cage only exists if you accept its boundaries. The limitations only matter if you honor them. And the excuses only work if you believe them. Step out. Stand up. Show up. If this hit home, don't keep it to yourself. Send it to a brother who needs to hear it. You can find Men's Morning Motivation on Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. New episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:30 a.m. EST. So make sure you hit follow, subscribe, just do what you gotta do. I appreciate your time. Wake up, lock in, move forward. This is Men's Morning Motivation.